The Stallions and Eagles do battle in Week 14 of the NFL season. Bryce Young having a pretty good second year this season. Some struggles early on, but has gotten things back on track. And the Stallions team really on the precipice of clinching a playoff spot. If you've been enjoying this series, be sure to hit like, be sure to hit subscribe. And early on here, it's the Eagles picking up some nice yardage right there. Dallas Goedert picks up the first down. Now, 1st and 10, Jalen Hurts going to get sacked. And if you enjoyed that sack of Jalen Hurts, be sure to hit the like button. But 3rd and 15 coming up now. Hurts going to be a little wide receiver screen here to Devonta Smith, and that goes nowhere. So out would come the field goal unit here. First quarter winding down, and the Eagles take a 3-0 lead here over the Stallions. Second quarter, Bryce Young on the run, going to keep this one himself. Going to be brought down right there. Did not slide. Maybe should have thought about it. Now 2nd and 5, Bryce Young going to find KJ Hamler on the slant right there. Hamler was picked up the week of the Buccaneers game. Did not play, but getting some run in this one. 3rd and 10, that's going to go backwards. That is not ideal. Then you have a hurt Stallion on the play. 4th and 11, Stallions decide to go for it. A little bit of a hole shot right there to Jonathan Mingo, as Xavier Legette would actually be injured in this game, wouldn't play, and there is a fumble right there. Stallions knocking on the door, not able to come away with any points because it's a strip sack. Not even a strip sack. Bryce Young just drops the football for some weird reason. Just says, I don't want this anymore. And the Eagles gladly said, Josh Sweat, Johnny on the spot right there, decides to pick it up. So 3rd and 14 here. Jalen Hurts almost got his head taken off. 4th and 5, they'd have to punt, so they can't cash in on that mistake. So Robert Tonyan here into the open field. Tonyan was a late signing this season as well. This Stallions team has found some pieces here and there to sign and have been able to get them integrated into the offense. Here's Jonathan Mingo with a spin move right there. Spins through Blankenship and is able to get all the way down to the 6. So the comeback, goal to go. Bryce Young looking, throwing, going to find Robert Tonyan, and that's a touchdown. And the Stallions going to take the lead here, 7-3. Robert Tonyan having a pretty nice little season here with this Stallions team. And here comes Jalen Hurts. Hurts going to do some air trucking right there and slides down. So under 2 minutes left here, 1st and 10. Hurts going to find a wide open player right there. Gets shoved out of bounds. And the Eagles deep into Stallions territory. Now Hurts throws this one here. That's Jahan Dotson. No one can get to him. Touchdown Eagles. And they're going to retake the lead right there. And just good angle there. I don't know why J.C. Horn couldn't make the tackle, but he couldn't. So the Eagles with the lead here. Now 30 seconds left. Bryce Young looking, stops, throws to Hamler, and Hamler comes up with it. Hamler, has bounced around maybe a little bit here, not because of his inability to play, just hasn't not been able to stay healthy. But Bryce Young slides down right there, gonna call a timeout, picks up the first down. So now 1st and 10, little RPO action here to Mingo, and Mingo takes this one to the house. Touchdown Stallions. Jonathan Mingo takes that one. And Mingo get the ball in his hands and let him cook right there. Just had a wide open field in front of him. Really good play call right there. So 3rd quarter, 2nd and 8. Hurts throws on the run. Gonna find his man. Picks up the first down all the way past midfield. Now, Saquon Barkley have not called his number much today in this one, and really they just haven't run the ball a lot in this one. Went through the air a lot with Hurts in this one. 3rd and 4. Hurts looking, navigating, throwing, almost intercepted. If that linebacker could have got his head turned around a half second sooner, that might have gotten picked. 4th and 4. Out comes the field goal unit to make it a 1-point game here, 14-13. Stallions still lead. So here comes Bryce Young, 1st and 10. That's a nice throw to Mingo. If he misses that one, that's likely getting picked and going the other way. So now it's 2nd and 8. Bryce Young looking, throwing, gonna find Deontay Johnson, and he is going to pick up the 3rd and 1 right there, and 4th and 1 does not go their way. So they come back again, 4th and 1, gonna try to force this football up the field, and they do. 1st and 10 right there. So 2nd and 10 now. Bryce Young looking, navigating, running, gonna be tackled, and then he fumbles the football again. 2nd fumble of the game. And it's kind of just a situation where he just kind of drops the football for some reason as he's, getting tackled. I'm not sure why he decided to drop it, but he did. Jalen Hurts with the run right there. And he takes a hit right there, but not able to hold on to the football. Kind of key. 2nd and 8. Hurts throwing this one. Going to find a wide open A.J. Brown. And Brown going to get all the way down to the 4. And defense, those in-cutting routes can really do some damage to when you're going up against man defense. And Jalen Hurts uses his feet, takes this one in for the score, and the Eagles retake the lead. They decide to go for 2 here, and a quick throw right there to his tight end makes it a 7-point game. So, what do the Stallions have for this Eagles defense here now that they're trailing? The Stallions, and there's another fumble. Deontay Johnson fumbling that one, and that's 3 fumbles on the day for this Stallions team, and turnovers are killers. You just cannot have turnovers against a team like the Eagles. You just can't do it. Hurts on the run here, gonna get sacked. That'll make it 2nd and 17. So now 3rd and 19 after a loss of 2 with a Saquon run. Hurts throwing this one like he's Patrick Mahomes. 4th and 6, out will come the punt unit. So, Stallions can tie this one up. Gonna find Sky Moore. Was an acquisition midseason as well. Has not played too much, but playing in this one. And there's going to be Sky Moore again. 2nd and 2, picks up the 1st down. So, still, before the 2-minute warning, screenplay here to Jonathan Brooks. You like to see those blockers get out a little quicker. 3rd and 2 here, 2-minute warning at this point. Bryce Young, shotgun formation. Throw right here to Sky Moore. Risky throw. Had the running back instead decided to go to Sky Moore. So now 2nd and 13. Bryce Young going to take a deep shot here to Deontay Johnson. Johnson comes down with it. No one can get a hand on him. They finally do, but they can't bring him down. And that's going to be a touchdown, Stallions. And this one is going to be tied up. Deontay Johnson with a big play right there. Just a moon ball. That thing felt like it hung in the air forever. Johnson able to break a tackle after the catch and bring that one into the end zone. So, 1:04 left. Tied ball game, and that's a tough catch right there for the Eagles receiver. I believe that was Jahan Dotson again. So now 2nd and 10. Jalen Hurts looking. Going to find A.J. Brown, and A.J. Brown, no one's going to catch him. Touchdown. Eagles fly. That'll make it 28-21. But still, all 3 timeouts left, 44 seconds. Can get down the field and potentially get a score, and then that doesn't help. A sack right there. Gotta call a timeout. So now 2nd and 21. Bryce Young looking, navigating, on the run here. Johnson can't come up with that catch. That would have been for a 1st down. So 3rd and 21. RPO. These have worked. And that gets some of the yardage back. Maybe that should have been the 2nd down call after the sack. 4th and 14. Game comes down to this. Bryce Young just can't get it over the top of the defender right there. And that could have been a big play. And this is going to end in a loss for the Stallions. And the Eagles decide to kick a field goal to end the game. And the Stallions decided to run into their kicker, kind of rough him up a little bit right there. Nick Sirianni somewhat upset about it, but Nick Sirianni's a douchebag, so who really cares if he's upset about it? But a tough loss for the Stallions team as they drop this one to the Eagles, 28-21. Stallions now going to drop to 8-5 on the season. Still first place in the NFC South. Have a good lead there. The Eagles improved to 11-2, and they wrap up their spot in the playoffs. Bryce Young, 31 of 40, 361 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 costly fumbles. And then Jonathan Mingo, 7 receptions, 110 yards, 1 receiving touchdown. Deontay Johnson also had a fumble in this one, but also had a big play. 5 receptions, 94 yards, 1 receiving touchdown. Robert Tonyan, 3 receptions, 48 yards, 1 receiving touchdown on the day for him, as the Stallions fall to the Eagles, 31-21. So that was a tough loss to take. Bryce Young does get 3 upgrades. I was kind of confused on why he had 3 upgrade points. I guess for getting 3,500 passing yards in a season. I guess that's a milestone or something. So cool, I'll take it. That game, that was a tough loss. It was really the fumbles, right? Those were 3 drives where we were driving, and we're in position to get points. 3 of those drives, instead we come away empty-handed, and that's probably the difference, in this game. It ended up being a 1-possession ball game. At the very least, we should have had 2 other scoring possessions, and we didn't. So some good upgrades here for Bryce Young. Still no throw power, but we are getting that deep accuracy up. So I think that's a positive. Under pressure is going up as well. So I'm going to keep focusing on strong arm for him for the, off chance that we were able to get a throw power upgrade for him. I'd like to get that. KJ Hamler was a free agent. I had a spare roster spot, decided to bring him in, just kind of see what he could do for us. And like I said, he's played well. I think this guy's had some tough injury history in his career, and still a good player. Could be a guy for us that we keep for next year. So there's that. So we're going to be taking on the Dallas Cowboys next episode. They're 9-4. They're probably also looking to clinch their playoff spot as well. And, this is kind of a battle for seeding, if you will. Well, not really, because, we're leading our division. You see Tampa Bay and New Orleans both won, so they're 6-7. So a win versus the Eagles probably would have helped us clinch the division. But instead, potentially a win here would help us clinch that up, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I think a win versus the Cowboys, we should clinch the NFC South. But, can't count our chickens before they hatch. I think that's the saying. But Trevin Wallace gets an upgrade. He's been kind of quiet recently, but +2 man coverage. Not sure why his dev trait is hidden all the way back down. I think that's a glitch, so it completely reset instead of telling us what his dev trait is. I'm assuming it's likely star, is my assumption. And then GJ Wanham gets an upgrade. I decided to go with run stopper because block shedding is very important in Madden, so we'll go with that upgrade. He's been playing all right for us, honestly, and he kind of needs the block shedding to go a little higher, if I'm being honest. But he's been playing okay-ish. I mean, edge guys don't really play well in Madden, it feels like to me. I don't know what that's about. It just feels like edge players are just not worth having, if that makes any sense. It's just kind of how it feels. But gonna be taking on this Cowboys team who is probably overrated, for being honest. If you watch the Cowboys in real life and then you see what they always do in Madden Sim, very clearly a very overrated team. But hey, we gotta go play the Cowboys. So they're 9-4, we're 8-5. Some of these NFC South teams haven't fully fallen off just yet, still in positions to potentially make a run towards the division. So got to stay on it, got to get the win streak back going again, and hopefully we can do that versus that Cowboys team. So if you enjoyed this video and if you enjoy this series, be sure to hit like, be sure to hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.